I've come to learn that gratitude can exist even when you're having hard times in life.
The slowness to me is like my luxury. A part of like I can overcome hard things, and also I'm not gonna let anything mess with my peace.
Yes.
Welcome to the Limitless tribe, where two badass women build businesses, chase dreams, and keep it way too real. I'm Kat.
And I'm Mel. We're the founders of Powerhouse Admins and the Limitless tribe, and we're inviting you into the messy middle, the mindset shifts, and the CEO glow-ups we never see coming.
Now let's get into it.
Today's episode, we're going to be talking about something that's become really popular online, and I think it's for a good reason. It's romanticizing your life. And at first I thought it meant just getting things like flowers and coffee and vacations and aesthetics of it. And I think that's part of it, but it's not the core of it. Now I realize it's more about slowing down and appreciating it. Now I realize it's more about slowing down and appreciating the life that you already have. So what does romanticizing your life mean to you?
I think it means like just appreciating the ordinary moments, like the day to day, the things that you kind of overlook because you're so into the next thing already.
Yeah.
Right. And I think I that's one of the things I know we've spoken about, like really focusing on this year and trying to appreciate where we are, because we always want more and we always want to do something else and continue on. But I am so grateful for the moments that I have right now, and I'm really trying to focus on that in life.
Yeah. I think we move so fast in life in general, like
We do.
all the things that we're doing, that it's like almost like autopilot.
Yeah.
And we don't stop to like appreciate even eating. Like that's one that I'm super guilty of. Like I
Yes.
eat while standing, I eat while working. I don't even pay attention to what I'm eating because I'm like either on my phone and eating or working and eating.
Yeah. And that's, first of all, I'm eating thinking about my next meal. So I'm like all over the place when it comes to food. But that's one of the things that Paul and I recently started. I think we read it somewhere. It was like a June, I don't know, it was on Instagram. It was like something to do in June. And there was like a list of things to prioritize. And one of them was not having your phone while you're eating dinner. And we do eat dinner. We try to eat dinner as a family every night. So now we put away our phones, and I'm not even allowed to have mine at the table because I am guilty of like, looking. I start going, "Who's messaging? Who said that?" What like, or someone will say something, and I'll like, "Oh, I'll just Google that real quick," and they're like, so now I can't even have mine at the table. I have to separate it. But we're trying to be more conscious of like our time, because everyone's doing something and we're constantly running around and there's always something. So it's like, we want to have that more quality.
Yeah. I don't do it for dinner, but for lunch, I feel like it's a blend.
Yeah.
Like it blends into whatever else I'm doing because I'm usually at my desk. So I think it's like the lunch that catches me.
Yeah. So we started in June, we're into July. We have our moments, but it's going pretty well. Social media really makes life look very luxurious and what people have, right? Like I go on social media and I see people's lives and I'm like, oh my God, like look at what she's doing and how much money she has, and her life seems so perfect. And um do we really know? Do we really know what these people have going on? Do we really know what's behind the scenes? Everyone's showing you the best version of themselves and, the best part of their day. And to create content is not easy. Like, can tell you that now that we're doing it. It's like, setting up the camera and making sure that everything is perfect. And, oh, the picture is not like slanted and the background looks good. So, you're making everything look a certain way and aesthetically for everyone to see so that they can be like, oh, wow, like that looks so pretty and that looks so perfect. But that's not reality. So just even in those things that you're noticing in people's lives, you have to really pay attention. Like they're going to romanticize that version because they want you to see that. But it should really be about being present in your own life and like what you're doing, and not those like luxurious things. You don't need to take a 5-star vacation to have a wonderful life. You don't need to, spend $1 million on a watch and be like, oh, now my life is perfect because I have this gorgeous watch. It's just the things that you have going on. Maybe it's just, having dinner with your family one night, or that you were able to pay off debt. Like, oh, that's a great thing. Like, I just paid this bill off and now it's out of my life. Like, you weren't able to do that before. I feel like that's something that we should celebrate, right? And just I think spending time with people has become like probably one of the things that I really want to focus on, and I'm trying to. We just booked a kayaking trip for next week, and I'm like really excited about it. And I told myself for this summer I wanted to do more stuff, that I got to spend more time with people and like just be present. And I feel like those are the things that I really want to attach my happiness to, like just the present moments and being together. So have you always appreciated the little things in your life, or did you have to learn to do that?
I think I definitely had to learn. But before we get into that, I think, what you were saying about the influencers and stuff. So I think because romanticizing, it's about the appreciating, it's not about the quantity.
Yeah.
Even if you had the watch, you could still be miserable because maybe you got the watch thinking it will make you feel a certain way and it did for 5 minutes and then it's gone, right? And then like the content, I don't know if you've seen the ones where people are like, they show the picture and they're like posing on a boat and they look so relaxed. And then they show what's happening behind the scenes. And it's not relaxed at all.
No.
So I
Stressful.
Yeah, I know. Let's see it. And it's this snapshot of like a relaxed moment, but that might not be what it really is, right? So you if you don't fix that piece about like appreciating it at when you have small things, when you have a lot, it still would be there. You still wouldn't appreciate it because you haven't like built that muscle.
Yeah.
So I mean, I think I've always been like a grateful person. Since little, but I think as I've gotten older, it's like a muscle that I'm trying to work on.
Definitely.
To not about the appreciating, because I'm very grateful and I do appreciate it. It's about noticing things and not like, I don't want to feel like I'm going through the motions in life,
I agree.
I want to feel like I'm experiencing it. And that takes like slowing down and stopping. Recently, I haven't done it yet, but like I said, lunch is my biggest issue. For dinner, we sit down together and none of us really have our phones. But lunch, I'm working. So I want to be able to like take my lunch and maybe sit in my backyard without the phone or computer and just eat my lunch and just enjoy the 15 minutes it takes to eat lunch. Things like that is more like what I've been working on, even like appreciating little things like watching a great show or watching TV, but I'm on my phone.
Yeah.
So I need to like get rid of the phone while I'm watching TV. But I do notice beauty a lot when I'm out. Like I'm very like amazed by things like a pretty flower or like, oh my God, a bee or like this. So that stuff I feel like it's been growing more and more and I've been doing it more, but it's still a muscle like that I'm working on.
Yeah, I agree. I think that I'm very grateful for the life that I have and like where I am right now. But it is like slowing down and just like not trying to rush things and like being present more. Cause I tend to like already think about the next day
Yeah.
or the next week and what's gonna happen and planning things out. And then I'm not really in the moment.
Yeah.
So that's something that I'm really working on.
Yeah, I think that's the big piece, like
Yeah.
being in the moment and just stopping for a second to appreciate like how little it is.
Yes.
Even if you got to take the morning off and start work late, or you got to take off early one day, like, or you worked with your favorite coworker that day, like just those little things, like taking the extra moment to like appreciate it and to notice it.
Yes.
I think one of the things I've been guilty of with, especially with when I was younger and now I'm still working on it, is I'll be happy when, but the when keeps moving. So anytime I reach it, I barely enjoy it. And then I'm looking for the next moment. And like it was same as before when I was working in corporate, you work so hard for a promotion and everything is like building up for this promotion. And then you get the promotion and then you're in the work and you don't even like really stop to like appreciate that promotion that you worked so hard for. I'm trying to like really romanticize everything that I'm doing, especially things that I didn't think I can do before, and not waiting for what the next thing is going to be. So one of them has been Pilates. When I was younger, I would have never thought that I could afford to go to Pilates because it's not cheap, or that I would be consistent because I'm not really consistent with workouts. But I've really liked it. It's been really good for me. It's helped my back a ton. My butt is growing, and that was one of my 2026 years big goals.
I love that you love it.
And it feels really good. It's one of the few workouts that I could go with a light headache and I can still do it. And I usually come out and I feel better. But if it's a really intense workout and I have a headache, I can't do it. So it's been really helpful for so many reasons. This house, one of the big reasons that I wanted to get it was the backyard and the pool. I've never had a pool, and it was something I always dreamed of. So I use it a lot. Like we use it every
You do.
sometimes during the week, and we have time, we'll get in at night. And we've gotten a lot of stuff for it. Like we have this projector to watch movies in sometimes and games. And it's something that I really enjoy, and I love spending time out there. And every time I'm out there, I just look around, and I'm really grateful to be relaxing there. You know,
Nice.
even watching a good show, I feel like sometimes I wasn't like a really big TV person before because I was doing so many other things I wanted to do. But my husband is, so I've been watching more TV. But even with TV, even though it's technically not productive, it is because you're relaxing.
Yeah, and you're spending time with someone.
Yes. And also some shows really change you or like teach you lessons and make you see life in a different way. And I think that that's amazing. Vacations and trips are always amazing. I want to kind of get away from always looking forward to a vacation and really like looking forward to something I'm doing locally.
Yeah. Yeah, me too. We were just talking about this, I think, at Paul and I, because we were talking about like doing more stuff. I want to do more stuff locally. Paul wants to spend less money, and he's like, we don't want to go anywhere. And I'm like, but we don't have to go somewhere far. It's just like even going to the beach. I just like going. I just enjoy it. Like, but doing more things that are outside of the order. I go to the beach a lot. I want to do other stuff. I want to go paddleboarding. I want to go kayaking. I want to do like ATVs. But you could do those things here, you know? Those are the things that we've been talking about.
Yeah, and those moments are the ones I feel like that stick out, like that memory stays for a long time. Like we did UTVs and in Phoenix, and that's like a thing that I'll never forget.
Yeah, it was
that was
so
a
much
great
fun.
experience. Yeah, and kayaking is always awesome. This one that we're gonna do is like LED lights at night.
I'm so excited.
Yes, it's really cool. We actually should look into one later on. I don't know what the season is, but I think it's in Melbourne. They do the one where they have the bioluminescence. It's really nice. We did that in Puerto Rico, and it's beautiful. So I think it's like again, like I think it's like a muscle. You need to like build it. So every day I need to try to remind myself to do that. So not so much the gratitude. I think I need to like pick something during the day that I like stop and I'm like, wow, this is so awesome, or I'm really enjoying this. So I think for me, it's more about the slowing down than the gratitude.
I think that's a really good idea. Like, I don't even know if it's like setting your alarm for a certain time of day and just until you get into the habit, but being able to stop and be like, my life is great. Like, this is a really awesome moment, or, just so that you get into the habit of appreciating what is right now. That sounds cool.
Yeah, I don't know about the alarm because it could be random moments, but I think you need to start your day knowing that you're looking for those moments.
Yeah.
Like kind of like when they say with work you want to look to see what people are doing right, you need to like program your brain in the morning to be starting to look for that. So your brain is going to filter looking for those moments.
Yeah.
So I think if I start the day that way, or if I structure something like the lunch where it automatically forces me to slow down and maybe connect with nature. I love slow mornings, but I don't always have them because I wait too long to get out of bed, and then I'm like rushing, and I really don't like the rushing feeling. I like to float through life. I just want to float and just like I'm flying, I want it to be nice.
Those are great mornings.
Yeah. So I want to wake up and like spend a little time journaling. I like to ground for like 5 minutes. So those are the things that like make me feel good, and I don't make the time for them every day. So I want to do that.
Yeah.
And I'm not on my phone. I'm not doing anything else. I'm only doing the one thing. So it helps me enjoy the moment, and then I can appreciate that I have the luxury of being able to do that.
Yeah.
In the mornings.
That's nice.
What's one part of every day in your life that you've learned to appreciate?
Mornings. I have never been a morning person, and I am now a morning person. I wake up in the morning, but my problem even with the mornings, like I'm grumpy in the morning, and I wake up and I wake up every morning at 4. So I would wake up and I'd be like one eye half open, one eye closed, going through the room trying to find my clothes to get dressed, and I would not be like super happy about having to get up, but I know that I have to get up. And now I've been trying to wake up and just be like, I love this. Like, I love that I can wake up. I love that I have another day. I love that I'm going to work out because working out is my happy place. So then I'm like excited to go there. It's just the waking up part that is like the hard part.
When have you not been a morning person? Because
Oh.
as long as
You've known me, but if you talk to my family, they will tell you. I used to wake up and no one could talk to me. You couldn't speak to me in the morning. I would be miserable. I was quiet. If you said 2 words to me, I would bark at you. I was like not a morning person at all. And now I have to wake up, but I just don't like it, but I have to do it. So like, but then once I kind of get going, I'm okay, but I'm still, so now I'm better. And I just like the routine of like waking up and going to the gym, and it makes me happy once I get there. So I'm trying to make that happiness as soon as I wake up. Like, as soon as my eyes open or the alarm goes off, instead of being cranky that the alarm goes off, because that's usually the alarm goes off and I go, oh, do I have to do this? And then I go, okay, yes, I have to do this. Now I try to be like, the alarm goes off and my immediate thought is, okay, get up, instead of being cranky about it. So just things like that. But I love my routine now. I feel like I've really connected with my morning workouts. The other thing is I don't have slow days. Like my days are pretty hectic. But just even in going to the gym and stuff like that. But I used to go to another gym where they would time your workouts. So, and then I would have to go to the office right after. So it was very rushed. Like I would get to the gym at 5 and then I would have to do all the exercises within this time frame. And if I didn't finish them within the time frame, then you just have to move on to the next one. And then I would feel like, well, I didn't finish and now I'm rushed and I feel like my heart's racing already and it's very stressful. And then I would have to rush to take a shower and then rush to get to work and then sit in traffic. It's very stressful. And now I love the fact that I go to the gym. I'm there from 5 to 6:30, like a whole hour and a half to work out, to walk, get my steps in, come home, have breakfast, like shower, and I'm not rushing to get through it. And that is probably the thing that I appreciate the most. It feels so amazing to not have to rush through all of that and feel like you just, what's going to happen? I don't have enough time. I don't have enough time.
especially if most of the day is rushing, it's nice to have like
That
time
morning.
where you
Yeah. So I know it's not like slow waking up and having like, your coffee and stuff, but it's still a slow for me where I feel like, oh my God, this is so much better than what I used to have to do. So that I really appreciate. And I really appreciate it because it's part of being in Powerhouse, like that I'm able to do that as well. So like all those little things make me feel happy. Then I get to walk the dogs and I appreciate that. I'm like, oh, this is nice, to get to walk them. And I do my little like gratitude walk while I'm doing that. And I thank the universe for all of the wonderful things in my life. Family time that I get to have that. I get to spend time with them and eat dinner. And like my biggest problem probably now is the watching. I don't really watch TV. And when Paul will put something on at night for us to kind of unwind, and I kind of grab my phone and then I'll scroll. And then he's like, and I go, oh, okay, I'll put that down. So need to get better at that.
it's hard to focus on just the one thing.
It is.
Especially TV. Even if I love it, it's still really hard to just
Right.
only watch that for some reason.
Me too. So I'm trying to get better at that. It's still a work in progress. And then I just do things like cooking, walks, the beach. I love the beach. I say it all the time. If I could be there every day, I would be there every day. And just like my skincare routine is another one that I love. I literally spend 30 minutes in the bathroom every night just washing my face and doing face stuff. So it takes me forever to get into the actual bed because I'm in there just like, oh, this feels so good. I'm so happy I can do this. So have you noticed the happier you become, the simpler the things are that make you happy?
Yes, I think when I was younger, I was wanting bigger things, like a bigger house or like the promotion or more money, getting out of debt, which felt big at that time, and a lot of stuff. And now it's just, starting work a little bit later or like a day of work that we don't have scheduled calls. I'm like,
Yep.
nice. Or being able to like do the podcast on Fridays and record content, and then finish, at a good time. Getting in the pool on the weekends, just simple things like that. Like now it's a lot simpler.
Yeah. Yeah. And it feels so much better. I even had to record content. I told you the other day I recorded like me dancing and it made me so happy. And I was like, it's something so easy. I could just do this any day, just put on a song and just dance around my living room for absolutely no reason. And it just gave me such an energy boost. And I was like, oh my God, this felt so good.
There's, what I struggle with? There's just so many things that you could do that it's too many.
It is.
So like the dancing
Which one do you do?
is a good one. But like, how
was.
do I incorporate, this is my struggle. How do I incorporate the slowness that I want with, adding in all these tips that I want to try?
I don't know.
And I like some routine, but I don't like very structured routine because then it feels boring to me. Like it doesn't feel like whimsy. I want it to be like more whimsy. So it's like a weird balance for me. Like I need a routine because I have none. But if I try to do too much, it just doesn't feel good.
I get that. I think that I thrive on routine because, and this is what I have self-diagnosed, right? I've decided on. My daughter has autism, and as a child, she needed to have a structured routine. That's how that's how she thrived. And I was so used to putting in like every moment was accounted for that now a lot of my life still feels that way. But I feel like good when I feel good knowing that at 9 o'clock at night, I'm going to do my face routine and I'm going to be done by 9:30 and I'm going to lay in bed. And like, I don't know, I'm going to have dinner. I'm going to start preparing it at 5:30. I'm going to heat it up. And at 6, we're going to eat dinner. And I'm like, I don't know. It makes me feel good.
I don't know.
I know. And you like more like whimsy.
This feels like variety is the spice of life. Actually, we used to do lunches. We haven't done them in a long time because everybody got different work situations. But we have a couple that we're friends with that live in the same neighborhood, and we used to do lunch once a week. And I love Flanagan's, like I truly do. But we went like twice, and they were like, "Oh, do you want to do Flanagan's?" I'm like, I don't want to do any place 3 times in a row, and it's once a week. That's still like
There's so big. There's so many places to go.
that's how I feel. Like I'm not really like a routine person. Like I could have some favorites, and when I don't want to think, I will go to a favorite. But I want to try new places, and I want to try new foods, and
I do agree with that. With food, I want to try new.
yeah, I don't know. I don't necessarily want it to be the same. That's why I need something loose and flexible because I don't want to feel like I have to do this routine or I failed. I just want to feel like I'm enjoying the routine. But if that day it doesn't feel good, then I choose not to. To me, that's like the luxury of getting to choose and the luxury of like getting to slow down because I didn't get to slow down when I was in survival mode and I had to pay the bills and do all these things. So the slowness to me is like my luxury.
Yeah, I get that.
So I don't know, like the routine. Also, I don't know about ADD. If you're ADD, you need a routine, but like not too much because yes, it's a weird balance.
I'm like, I eat the same thing every day, 5 days a week for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Like Cathy would die.
So we got terrible. Like I don't want.
And I'll die. I'm like, okay.
I don't want to do that. I even bought like these. I've tried these food meal plan things that not meal plans like these foods that they make that
like a meal prep company.
Yeah,
right?
like it's already made. But I'm a little bit picky and I'm trying to eat low carb because rice and bread like makes me bloat. So then those two things minimize the options, and they usually only have a certain amount of options. Like maybe if you eliminate breakfast, maybe like 25 options. But after you eliminate breads and rice and pasta,
you start going through all of the allergies and the gluten and the this and the
I have a few meals, which is fine at first. But by week 3, I'm like, I cannot eat this meal one more time. And I've gone through like 3 companies, and every time I'm like, I like this. This is really good. This is like, I love that I don't have to cook dinner, that I just pop this in and it's ready. This is the best thing ever. Like, I don't know why I don't ever do this. And by week 3, I'm like, can I eat the same freaking meal one more time?
I'm like on 5 months of eating the same thing. I only change on Saturday and Sunday. I'm on 5 months of like eating the same foods, and I'm good. You would lose it.
No, I can't do that. I feel like That's a misuse of my life. I know that it takes me longer to figure out what I need to eat because I have to cook these different things, but I'm pretty sure I have at least 1,000 recipes saved on Instagram.
I do the same thing. I just don't make them.
But I make so few, and I am still trying out different things. Imagine if I eat the same, then why am I saving the recipes? I'm never gonna try these recipes. Like there's more recipes than I could try if I did one every day. So I like to introduce something new, and that brings me joy. I don't like the life. Like it feels like when I do it too strict, I feel flat. Like life is flat, and then I get bored.
Yeah.
And I need to change something up. Yeah. Maybe I need to change my routine every 3 months or something.
Maybe. You could do that or see something different every 3 months so you don't get bored.
I could do one more, sometimes grounding, then 3 months later, then I do the dancing.
Yeah.
Then 3 months later, then I do something else like that.
I like this. I think this might work for you.
Okay. So try it out. Might work for you. I'll let you know. I'll report back how it works. So romanticizing your life doesn't have to mean that your life is perfect. And I do think it's a bit harder when you are struggling.
Yes. Yeah.
Because I think when I was younger, I'm in survival mode and I'm very busy and I'm constantly moving and working towards something. So it was very difficult to slow down and enjoy anything because I was doing that. So I want to acknowledge that I absolutely think it is harder. I don't think it's impossible or that beautiful moments aren't there. But it might take a little bit more work to pause and notice that, that you get to spend a little time with your child at the end of the night. That, even when you hate your job and let's say you're doing a side gig on the side for your a business or something, your day job pays your bills so that you could have the time to then think about something else after.
Yeah.
So you have to work a little bit harder, but I think you can notice it. Take a day on the weekend where you can disconnect and go do what it is that you love. Picking fruits or going to see flowers or
even reading a book.
Yeah.
Anything. It could be anything that just brings you some type of joy.
Yeah. Your favorite.
Because sometimes life is very hard.
Yeah.
And you're going through moments that are excruciating and you think, you're never going to get out of this or, you have those terrible thoughts. But just doing that little one thing can, change your day.
Yeah. I think it'll be harder maybe to notice them, but it is going to be even more needed than when you're better off. You need it most when you're in survival mode. Some of the times when I start to feel really anxious or stressed or I start to feel in a rut where I feel it's just the routine every day is the same, then I'll introduce something that I haven't done. If I haven't gone to the beach, I'll go to the beach because I know that always resets me. Sometimes when work has been feeling stressful or kind of flat, we'll go and do a spa day in a place that we love because they have a beautiful spa and they have a pool and then the beach is right there. Their food is delicious. So it's just a whole day of just getting to relax.
Yeah. And we reset our battery.
Yeah.
Right. And we recharge and then we're ready to tackle it again. Right. And to go for another couple months and be okay, we got this. We can do this.
Yes. So I'll just change things up. I'll I do a lot of self-development stuff or learning. So now I've been reading books that have nothing to do with anything. It's just
I love romance too for you because Cathy, if you know Cathy, she's very about self-development books and self-help books and learning stuff. And now she's putting that aside a little bit to focus more on just
it's stressful because I feel there's so many things there are to learn that I want to learn and that I should learn. But then it feels like constant work all the time when I do it too much. So I know when I notice things feel off, then I start to do something like that, or I'll take a little weekend trip, or we hang out with friends, something that just recharges your battery and resets you a little bit.
I love that.
So how do you keep yourself from focusing only on what's going wrong when things are going wrong?
So I think when I was younger and, I had my daughter and that life was very stressful and very hard and very chaotic, I would constantly just focus on the negative. I didn't see the light at the end of the tunnel. All I saw was the issues that I was going through right now. So I spent a lot of time just focusing on those things. And I feel like those things just kept bringing on more bad things because all I did was focus on the bad. So then I felt like I was bringing in more negative energy.
Yeah.
Now that I look back, that's how I see it, right? Because in the moment, I wasn't thinking that. I wasn't thinking, oh, if I'm focusing on the negative, I'm bringing in more negative.
Yeah.
I was just focusing on the negative, and more bad things just kept happening. And I felt like I was like, I'm never getting out of this. Life is never going to get better. I'm never going to, have a better job, or I'm never going to make more money, or I'm never going to get out of debt, or I'm never those were the constant thoughts. And now that I see it from the other side, and I've really done like the manifestation and all that stuff, and I really focus on, even when something bad happens, I just go, it's okay. It's going to get better. We lose a client. It's okay. We're going to get another client. My husband tells me something. I'm like, it's okay. What's the worst that could happen? Like, we're not going to lose the house. Like, we're going to be okay. We'll make it through. It's okay. Like, and I just tell myself those things. And that's really how I think, because I've had that other life, it's led me to this now. And my husband says it's one of the best things that he loves about me is when he comes to me with like an issue or a worry or something, I'm just like, okay, well, we'll be okay. We'll make it through. Go to the gym, get a workout again. Let's figure out what we need to do next. Don't worry about it, and I kind of just look at the brighter side. Like, we have health. We are not, going to be on the street poor. We're okay. God forbid we did lose the house. We'll get another house. We'll find an apartment. We'll make it through. Like, those are the thoughts that I try to think right now. Like, things are just okay. And we have each other. We have health. We have good jobs. What more do you need? We have family and we have good friends. So life is okay.
I think that's a combination of having dealt with difficult things and also really wanting to protect your peace.
I do.
Because that's like my mantra. Like, I think whatever it is, like, we'll get through it. Like,
Yes.
it doesn't, and also anything that would go off or wrong or off schedule would like really throw me off and stress me out.
Oh, me too.
And now I feel like I don't want to feel that way. So whatever it is, no matter how bad, and a lot of bad things have come, it's going to be okay because we're going to get to the other side and we'll get through it. And it's not anything that's going to be life changing. So it's like a part of like, I can overcome hard things. And also I'm not going to let anything mess with my peace.
Yes, I agree. And I think that's really been a game changer in my life. And I think that's also helped, it's helped even my daughter. She stresses about a lot of things. And like, I'm like, Victoria, okay, like, what's going to happen if you don't get this job? What's the worst? Like, are you going to be on the street because you live with me? What's going to happen? And then like, I kind of make her think that, and she's like, okay. I'm like, it's okay.
Yeah.
So
It takes a lot of the pressure off.
it
too,
does.
You know?
It does.
And another thing I like to say is like, I'm so grateful that I can handle this difficult time and get past it, because not everybody can.
Yeah.
Like, some people, that difficult moment will take them down. So I'm so grateful that I can deal with this,
Yeah. I've come to learn that gratitude can exist even when you're having hard times in life. And I think a lot of it, we were talking and you said that one of the things I should share is probably from my wedding, the time around my wedding. And I was like, that's actually a really good one. 2024, I got married to my husband, Paul. And I was so, for 2 years, I was planning my wedding. So I was very excited. And I took 2 years so that I didn't have to rush. I could make sure that I planned it the way I wanted to plan it. And we were paying for everything ourselves. So I wanted to make sure that, we didn't like kill ourselves, that we could pay everything off, and that we were in a good position at the end of this. So we spent 2 years planning our wedding. And right at the end, we're right at the finish line, getting married in October, and we were about to go on our bachelorette trip. Cathy planned my bachelorette trip. She was my maid of honor, and we were about to go on the trip, and my husband's father died on the weekend of my bachelorette trip. He got sick. He was in the hospital. I had to go to the hospital. We didn't go on the bachelorette trip. At the time, I was a little upset, Not obviously, I knew that he was ill, and I wasn't upset that he was ill. I wanted him to get better. But it is, it's hard. You're like,
Timing.
Yeah, the timing. You're like, damn it, right? Then he passed away. Then I felt bad for being upset about that. It was a whole, shit show, really. And then his brother also passed away a few days before our wedding. So we had a lot of loss leading up to the wedding, to the point where we weren't really sure if we were even going to have the wedding. We were packing to leave because it wasn't a far destination. It was still in Florida, but it was about 5 hours away that we all had to drive to get there. We were spending the weekend. And my husband just looked at me and he was like, I don't know if I can do this. And I was thinking, oh my goodness, like, I'm not getting married. I spent 2 years doing this. I was, I was suffering the loss of 2 people, plus now the loss of me probably not getting married and not going through with the wedding. It was a lot happening at one time. He was obviously, my husband was struggling a lot. And then I, trying to be there for him. And I remember one of his friends told me, if you guys can get through this, you guys are going to get through anything. Because this is, I don't want to cry, because this is probably going to be the hardest thing that you're ever going to go through in life. And I said, I think you're right. I just didn't know how to kind of get through it at that time. His sisters were so amazing.
Yeah.
When I told them that we might, not go through with the wedding, they were like, are you crazy? We are doing this. We're having the whole family together and we are going to celebrate. Oh God, I'm going to cry. I didn't expect to cry today. Oh, sorry. So, yeah, they told me, we're going to do this and we're going to celebrate. And after, you guys come back from your honeymoon, we will deal with, their brother's death and we'll get through all of that. And they were like, we're just going to make sure that the family's together and we're going to have a good time. And we had to change a lot of things at the end for the wedding, but we all got together and we had an amazing time. I really enjoyed my wedding and, I enjoyed having everyone there, but it was so difficult. Just everything leading up, then everything afterwards and coming back and having to, deal with more, death again and going through all of that. But I was so grateful for the people.
Yeah.
For Cathy and my, friend Erica and all of our friends that rallied together, and family that rallied together to really uplift us and be there for everyone and make sure that it was, that we all felt loved. And I have to say that was probably the toughest and the most grateful I've ever been, because it was really beautiful. So I also think that's probably one of the reasons that I choose gratitude every day. I have to say, because life is hard.
Yeah.
And you don't know what you're going to go through. You don't know the unexpected things that are going to come your way that you probably didn't even imagine. And it's not always easy to get through, but just realizing that you have people, that you have friends, that you have family, that you woke up this morning and you're alive and you can breathe and your legs work and your arms work and your lungs work. Like, that is probably the biggest thing and the biggest blessing.
And I feel like most people, obviously everybody has life and they're living, right? So they have another chance. But also a lot of people also have loved ones near them. And sometimes they don't realize.
Yeah.
Like they don't stop to like really look around and realize that there's so much support for them and so much love. And it feels more lonely if you don't do that. So stopping to do that also could maybe even save your life, because you realize you have someone to go to or someone to lean on or someone to vent to.
Definitely.
But if you look around, you probably have at least one person that can be that person for you.
Yes. So do you think gratitude is something that we feel or something we choose?
Choose for sure.
Yeah.
I think everybody experiences moments that they should be grateful for or love. But if you don't choose to pay attention or to notice them or to be grateful for little things, then you can just skip right over it.
Yeah. Yes.
2 people could have the same experience and one will be super grateful and one won't even notice it.
Yeah. You have to stop and really take the time to think about it.
Yeah. Absolutely. And sometimes, sometimes I think there's people that have so little that are so happy and grateful. And then there's people that have so much that are so miserable.
It is very true.
So I think whatever you have is going to enhance however you feel inside. It's not going to change it,
Yeah.
One of the things I've been trying to work on is being like the main character in my life, right? I think, and I don't know if everybody does this, but I think we do. I feel like we're all worried about what everybody else is doing and what everybody else is thinking, and then what everybody else is thinking of us. But nobody else is really doing that because they're all so concerned about themselves in that scenario.
Yeah.
So I wonder, like, if you really, sometimes we might not even be living the life that you want because you're thinking about all of these things. and you're doing things that you think you're supposed to be doing, or things that somebody wanted you to do, or
but not really what you wanted to do.
yeah, and you maybe haven't even stopped to think about what you want to do.
Yeah.
So I've been working on that a lot over the last few years. I think it's still not enough, but it is a lot more than it was 8 years ago. But I try to celebrate everything, right? Things that I get to do, the job that I have, the career, the business, which I still feel is weird after a few years.
Isn't that crazy?
It doesn't feel normal to me. So, and just be really grateful for my husband, for my friends, for my family, for the house that we have, for my daughter, for getting to have those slow mornings, for getting to take a break in the day if I want to and go read outside, or take a dip in the pool and come back in, be able to run an errand that I need to run, just enjoying those moments. So that's something I'm still working on.
Yeah.
I sometimes, if I take if I have to do like a personal thing during work hours, I still feel guilty.
Oh, I do too. Anytime I have to go take Matthew to training and back, I feel guilty.
Yeah.
I'm like, damn it, I have to go with it. And I can't, so I have to be gone for 30 minutes. And I'm going to get back. And oh my God, that's 30 minutes that I'm not working. And I stress like you wouldn't believe. And then I'm rushing the entire time. I'm rushing there and I'm rushing back and I'm thinking about the time that I'm not in, like, it's crazy.
Yeah, that's and so it's something I realized recently, and it's really annoying.
It is.
I really don't do it very often, and I own the business. So why am I stressing myself out? There's nobody stressing us out. Like, we're doing it to ourselves.
Yeah, I'm stressing me, and then I'm thinking, and Cathy is probably mad at me.
I think Melissa's probably thinks this girl's not effective at all. She's doing nothing.
And I'm not, I don't know if that's what you're thinking, but in my head, I'm like, she's probably like, oh, she has to do this again. And I'm like,
but you thriving. How like she's thinking about what I'm thinking, and I'm thinking about what she's thinking.
and I'm really not thinking about that. What she thinks I'm thinking about.
So I think if you are the main character, you just do the thing you need to do, and you don't feel stressed, and you don't really worry about what anybody else is thinking,
Yeah.
Especially if you know that this is something you can do,
Yeah.
As some jobs, you weren't supposed to be leaving, so maybe I get in trouble, But those are the things I'm really trying to like.
No, and I do tell, like, okay, so I'm glad that you brought that up because I really did think about this yesterday. I was thinking about this yesterday and I was like, why? Like, as I was stressing about it, I was thinking, isn't this the point of owning a business, that you can do these things and not stress about them? And I was like, so why am I stressing? But then I continued to stress. And I was like, damn it.
Well, I like to tell myself that is the first step, is realizing that this is ridiculous.
It is. I literally said that to myself. And then I went right back to stressing about it. But I was like, I'm not supposed to be stressing about it, but I am stressing about it.
I try to tell myself, like, and we could maybe do another episode about this, but like, everything is still working. The business is still running. If anybody needs me, I'm available. Like, nothing is going to break. And yes, this is the purpose of owning your own business. So
funny.
But yeah, just doing, I think that being the main character of your own life is just doing everything that you enjoy and making room for that, and not worrying so much about everyone and everything else. And if they agree or if they don't agree, or if you involve them or you don't involve them, just find the things that you really want to do and just do them.
I agree. I think that's good.
Yes. So what's one thing you internally do that makes your like regular day feel special?
I think the two things that I do, I go to the gym every day. I work out, whether it's yoga or exercising, I do that every day. And then my face routine, I do every day. And I think those things just make me happy. I don't know. Like waking up and going to the gym and knowing that I got a workout in, and like I lifted something heavier than I did yesterday, that just makes me feel good. And then coming home at night and just like spending that 30 minutes just focusing on me and what I want, and being in the bathroom and just like, I don't know, I put like a song on and I just do my thing. I think that just makes me feel good. So maybe those two. I would think those two. So imagine your younger self today, seeing the life that you have today. So your younger self seeing the life that you have today. What do you think that like your younger self would think of this new life, or this life that you're leading? I feel like for me, they would be amazed. My younger self would be like, what is going on? How did you do this? And they would be in awe, because I really did think when I don't know, when I was growing up, I feel like, I didn't struggle financially because my parents, they were okay and they worked and, things were good. But I knew that there were money problems because there were conversations about it and I could hear them. And then they fought a lot. So then there was that, and that was hard. And then all the things that I went through, right, with like, my ex and my daughter's father and just being broke and all the things, I just never thought that I would be in the place that I am today. Like, I never thought that never thought I was getting married. Like, that wasn't even in the cards. Yes, I'm like, or being financially stable. Like, I don't know, feeling like I can book kayaking trips and have girlfriends to go and do these things with. And I don't know, just being able to enjoy this stuff. I think my younger self would be in awe of where I'm at and just like business wise. And I don't know, being at peace and feeling like I don't have the stresses that I had back then.
Yeah.
Because I used to think that it's never going to get better. Life is never going to get better. This is where we're stuck and this is where it's going to be forever. So I really do feel like my younger self would be in awe of the life that I'm living right now. And they'd probably be so proud of me. So what's one thing you do today that your younger self would have dreamed of?
I think it's everything. But I feel like my situation was a little bit different because it was the opposite. Like I think we struggled more financially, so I did less things. But for as long as I can remember, I've always dreamed.
Yeah.
So like it would be more like, oh my God, we actually made it. But I did dream those things. I don't know. I've always like thought about, I remember my daughter's dad was not the brightest. And I used to think, what if I become an executive one day and I have to go to these business functions and he's not going to be able to talk to me? And I'm like 19 years old. And I don't even know where I worked at that time, but
Yeah, you were thinking far ahead. Like, I'm going to make it.
yes, I would think those things. And like when you're in the debt, I would think, I don't know how how I'm going to get out of this, but I am going to get out of this. So I always I think in some moments, looking ahead is helpful.
Yeah.
Like in those moments where things were not great, looking ahead was helpful for me because it was like the light at the end of the tunnel.
Yes.
So
Yeah, because you were picturing that light.
yes. So I always thought of that, and I always dreamt of having my own house, and I did always want to be married, but I didn't fully know if it was possible for me or if I would accomplish it, but I did dream it.
Yeah.
So I think I would be more like my younger self would be surprised that we got out of that and where we actually made it to all those things that we used to
You
dream about.
accomplished it.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's so cool.
Yeah. But the thing that I'm working on now is I feel like balancing that looking ahead because I still want to keep growing and I still want to be more successful and be able to have more experiences. But I don't want to feel like I'm not enjoying the moment, because I keep looking at the finish line, right? And then the finish line keeps moving. Every time you get there, it keeps moving. So that's something that I'm still kind of working on. If you guys have any tips, I will take them. I try to be more grateful, but I feel like thinking of the future thing keeps me in that moment instead of here.
This moment, yeah. Because you still want to be ambitious and you still have goals that you want to hit, like more stuff that you want to do in life.
Yeah.
So you don't want to stay stagnant or stuck here, but you also want to appreciate that you're here because this is the life that you dreamed of.
Yeah. So
So
this is the thing I think of. And not everybody is like this, right? Some people are very content with where they are and they're happy and they don't need anything else.
and that's fine.
But I'm not that way.
Yeah.
And I like that I'm not that way. But then like, for example, like what you said, being stuck here and staying here, it wouldn't be the worst thing. Like this life is great. But for me, it's not about the life. It's that I don't want to stay in one place for a long time. Like I want to be able to.
You still have more you want to do.
Yeah.
I agree.
That's
Because I still have more I want to do. And I still have goals that I want to accomplish and different things I want to do in life. But I'm still want to be present for the moments that I'm in now and celebrate where I am. And it is a little bit of a struggle to feel like this is still amazing. But man, I wish I had more. But I'm good.
Yeah. Maybe I
know?
need to break it down into smaller things.
Yeah.
Like if this is your dream over here, break it down all the way down and then just worry about like the next thing.
Mm-hmm.
The next step that I need to do towards that thing versus the whole staircase. so that I could be more in today and then like a little bit of what I'm working on next.
Yeah.
But it doesn't take up so much room.
Yeah.
I don't know. This is one of the things I'm still working on. So, you know, how do you pause? Do you pause on the goals to focus on the now?
I don't think so. I think you just have to celebrate the now, but it doesn't mean you have to pause on what you want. You can continue working on it.
So how do you celebrate the now continuously?
I don't know yet. This is the problem, Kathy. We're still working on this because I feel like I am grateful for the life that I have, and I do try to celebrate the moments, but there are times that I'm like still thinking about all the things that I still have left to do because my life's not over. And I still have so many things I want to accomplish, and I want a beach house, and I want to, I have all these things that I still want and I want to accomplish and do in life. So I'm thinking about getting there, but still trying to figure out how to be grateful for the now and like be in the moment continuously. And that is a struggle.
Yeah,
It is a struggle.
it is, because in order to get there, I need to figure out what I need to do to get there. So then I'm
So you have to work
I'm thinking of all
and
these
think
things.
about all those things.
So I need to. This is a thing I've been thinking about for a couple of years, and I've been getting better at it. But I'm trying to crack the code because I think people feel like and it's both sides. The people that are more complacent and like are just happy where they are, they feel like if you're always thinking ahead and trying to change things and all this ambition, then you don't enjoy your life. And then the people that are ambitious feel like if they stop and just enjoy life, they're going to lose their ambition. So I've been working on cracking the code. So what's like an ordinary accomplishment that you're proud of?
I don't know ordinary, but I'm proud of my muscles. I'm proud of so many things. Like I'm proud of the business part of it, like the fact that my entire career, like where I came from to where I am now, I'm proud of that. I'm proud of my muscles and how strong I've gotten. I'm proud of my weight, like the weight that I've lost. I'm proud of accomplishing my gut health and like getting that. No, there's so many things that I'm proud of in life. And I that's why I think I tend to really think about those like moments and like trying to be grateful for them, because I feel like this is nothing where I was. Like my whole life is different from where I thought that I was going to end up for some reason. And it's just amazing.
I've got you derailed those thoughts.
So, yes. What's one ordinary moment from the past week that made you stop and think like this life is really good and I have a really good life?
I think, I don't know, like I think I do the workout classes a little bit later. So like getting to do them later at the time that works for me and still getting work done, that feels like something that I'm grateful for. This
Yeah.
girl in Pilates the other day, actually, she asked me, she's like, we were talking for a little bit, and she's like, oh, are you still working? And I just couldn't stop laughing at the question. I'm like, is it because I'm here and it's 9 something? But why would you ask me if I'm still working? I wish I wasn't still. Yes, I am.
A funny question because you're young. It's like,
Yeah, I don't know. It was weird. But I thought it was so funny. But yeah, getting to do the class, like I started this gym and I tried it at 8, it's that time's not going to work for me. I have to do it earlier. But I tried 8:25 and finished at 9:25. And then like I had to go to the dentist and being able to do that and come back. So being able to like manage the days
yeah.
for what I need felt good.
Yeah. You're not going to get fired. No one's going to yell at you. You're not going to get reprimanded in any way. And you can still get your stuff done. And life is going to go on and the business is going on. So I
Yeah.
think that's a good feeling.
And instead of being so worried about getting in trouble with our imaginary person, maybe we can be really grateful that we're doing it while we're doing those things.
I agree. That's a good way to look at it. So romanticizing your life isn't about buying more things. It's about noticing more, just being more present in the moments that you have. So light that candle, watch the sunset, wear the outfit, buy the flowers, put the phone away, and celebrate those small wins, and make sure to take pictures of ordinary moments. You don't have to wait for life to be extraordinary. You can really focus on the life that you have, and that is still worthy of your attention. So make sure you slow down, you celebrate more, you look around, and your life may already be the one that you once dreamed about. I know that that's what we keep saying, right? This is the life that we once dreamed about. So we want to be grateful for it, even while we aim for more.
Yes. I'm not going to mention the book, although we have mentioned it before, but because I don't want to give a spoiler, but there was a person that she didn't feel like life was worth living, and she took some pills in the book. And she goes through all these different scenarios. And when she comes back to in her same apartment, she, I think, looked out her balcony window and realized that her neighbor had these gorgeous flowers that extended out of his balcony into hers. And they were just the most beautiful thing. And she had never noticed them.
Beautiful.
And I think that's the point. Like, it's not that anything at all specifically changes, is that you notice things differently.
Yeah. Look at it from a different lens.
Yes, there's so much beauty there that we're probably missing. So if this conversation resonated with you, we'd love for you to just take a moment and follow the account, share it with a friend, subscribe, like our video. We'd love to hear from you on Instagram. Let us know something from this past week that made you feel like, wow, this is a really good life. And don't overthink it. The smaller, the better. You know, you had coffee from a new place and it was like the best coffee you've ever had. And it made you just really sit and enjoy that moment.
Or you tried a Starbucks brown sugar shaken espresso for the first time, and it's amazing.
So we can't wait to read your answers. And next week, we're going to be talking about something that I think so many of us struggle with. Why does it feel so uncomfortable to rest? And have you ever felt guilty for taking a break? Like we talked about today, actually, that's perfect.
It was actually.
Struggled to slow down, or felt like your worth was tied to how productive you were. So you don't want to miss this one.
Every day.
You don't want to miss this one. And until next time, your life, your rules, stay limitless. Bye.